Hey everyone, Raider here. Hope you're all doing great and having an amazing day. In today's video, we're unboxing and taking a first look at the Aurzen BOOM03 3-in-1 projector. I am super stoked to get my hands on this. Thank you, Aurzen, for sending this out in exchange for an honest review. I really appreciate it. So we're looking at a 4K projector with autofocus and auto keystone. Everything is automatic. This is also a 36-watt Bluetooth speaker, fully self-enclosed with Dolby audio support. We're looking at Bluetooth 5.2, naturally Wi-Fi supported as well. In addition to that, it's also a WebOS-driven smart TV with access to all your favorite media streaming apps, over 1 million videos available, and this is Netflix and Prime Video certified. Designed for indoor and outdoor use, we're looking at 500 ANSI lumens brightness with HDR10 support. This comes in at 5.6 pounds. You get lifetime technical support. The retail price on this is $4.99. I'll drop some links down in the description. It often goes on sale on Amazon as well. Let's go ahead and get this unboxed. I am super pumped. Let's do it. All right, so let's pull this tab here. All right, I'm gonna try to keep it in view as much as I can. I definitely have a weird camera angle going on here. Let's see what we get here. Let's flip it around. And I'm gonna show the box here in just a minute. I forgot to show that. Let's look at the manual here. Wow, look at this. Wow. Okay, I am not used to this type of experience. Look at this. The brand story. Let me go through this a little bit. Wow, color pictures. How about that? Wow, I'm not used to seeing that. So we got a full legit manual here. Let me go ahead and put that off to the side. Looks like we have our Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connection diagram, basically a quick start guide. Here's our warranty information card, as well as some quick tips for getting up and running. In addition to that, we have our HDMI cable, our remote, because remember, this is a WebOS smart TV, and our power cable. Let's go ahead and take a look at the projector itself. Let's get it out of the box. All right, here we go. I'm gonna have to stand up and kind of get a weird angle on this. All right, and then we'll take a look at the box real quick for thoroughness. This is an expensive purchase. I want to make sure you guys are seeing everything. All right, let me get this stuff off to the side here. We'll take a look at the projector. All right, comes wrapped up like this. Let's get it out of here. Okay, wow, there's our projector. There's our Aurzen BOOM03. All right, there's our front projector. Here's our nice dial section up here. We have a nice covering on here. Let's go ahead and peel this off. This is a very nice unboxing experience, you know. Let's take a look at the sides here. Here's our front. We'll go all the way around the device here. We're gonna see all our connection stuff here in the back. All right, so we got our power. Looks like we have audio, a couple USB, a couple HDMI. Looks like we have our sensor right here next to the power button. And here's our main power. All right, this is again a 36-watt boom box, basically a Bluetooth audio speaker as well with Dolby support. Yeah, very impressive. Let's go ahead and take a look at that box real quick for thoroughness. Here's the top. Here's the front, showing the connections as well as the speakers. On the side here, it gives a little bit of details about what it's capable of, as well as the supported apps by default. Keep in mind, you can also download more apps as well. Anything else worth looking at? All right, here we go. Innovative automation, very cool, because this does have AI-assisted focusing. And like we mentioned earlier, Netflix and Prime Video certified. So let's go ahead and we'll go over the setup of this, and we'll see how this Aurzen BOOM03 projector performs. All right, I've got the Aurzen BOOM03 set up in my spare room here. It might get a little bit loud, pretty close to traffic and stuff. So I got it sitting up on a makeshift table. You'll see I've got a long extension cord down there. That's because the cord it comes with is really short, and I couldn't find any of my short cables, or extension cables, I should say. So keep that in mind. It does come with a really short cord. I should also let you know too, here on the front, there's a little plastic cover you have to take off. You also do have the adjustment knob like you do on most projectors on the bottom. And it's real simple. You just turn it on and off with the power button on the remote. We'll take a look at the remote here in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and go through the first time setup. All right, so let's go ahead and power it on for the first time and see what this looks like. Go ahead and press the power button on the remote control here. Give it a second to fire up. It's doing an autofocus routine. It looks totally straight to me, except I notice it might be a little bit crooked to you guys. Okay, yeah, it's just a camera angle. All right, so it's saying press the plus and minus buttons to pair up the remote. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so it didn't really prompt me or anything. I just pressed the middle button here. Hopefully it's showing up on the screen to get to the next screen. So we just go through the basic setup. We have English here, manual keystone correction. Looks like they want you to assign to their little usage protocol here. We'll go ahead and do that. Select your Wi-Fi network. I'm gonna go ahead and get set up with this real quick. All right, we're all connected. Just put in my password. It's asking us if we want to set up Netflix now. I'm gonna skip. I'm more of an HBO Max guy. All right, here we are to our home screen. Very cool. Let me go ahead and show this from a couple different angles so you get an idea of how big the screen is, because to me it looks like it's just a little bit bigger than, say, a 75-inch TV, right about an 80-inch. So let's go ahead and change camera views and we'll listen to how loud this thing is as well. All right, here's how far back I have the projector to get this size of the screen. I'm gonna go through the settings and stuff to see what kind of adjustments we have with that. But by default, this is what we're looking at. It's putting out about an 80 to 85-inch screen. I'm about 10 feet away. Let's go ahead and check out how loud it is real quick. All right, so here we are right next to the device. We have some air coming out on both sides right here. You know, it's pretty warm, not bad or anything. But you can listen to the volume real quick. Not bad, not bad at all. I'd say the noise floor on it's pretty low, so that's cool. All right, so I've been playing around for a little bit. Let's go over the remote control real quick. So let me get that to view. Hopefully it's coming into focus here a little bit. Up top on the right, we have the power button. We have our mute button right here. We do have some manual focus controls that adjust the dimensions of the screen. They make it smaller and bigger. Let me show you real quick. I press this and hold it. It shrinks it down and takes it out of focus. This is for adjusting the focus. We zoom back in, we see it coming into focus and getting bigger, then out of focus. So you have some fine tune on the focus right there. This middle button here, if we press that, it picks our different sources right there on the bottom. So your different HDMI, all that good stuff. In the middle is our selection wheel, and there's a button press here in the middle. So going left, right, up, and down brings you through the menus like you'd expect on any remote. Down here is our home button, takes us to the page we're on right now. We have our back button, and we also have our picture profile modes. So we can pick between vivid and all these other modes. And once we pick one, it's gonna bring up this little screen on the left side that lets us fine tune all these settings. That's pretty awesome. So you have that built into it. And then you just press the back button to get out of it. And then we have our volume keys here, as well as some shortcuts like on a Roku remote. All right, let's go ahead and test out the audio real quick. You can press plus and minus on the remote and also turn the jog wheel right on the device. I'll tell you right now, this thing gets super loud. Let's crank it up real quick. Tricks up our sleeves to get even more battery life out of it. Swipe down.
Holy moly, gosh, that's loud.
We're going to scroll down until we get to battery and device care. Go ahead and click on that.
Sounds pretty darn good, too.
Now you're going to go ahead and tap on battery up here on the top. All right.
All right, that definitely passes the loudness test.
All right, now that we've gone over the remote control, let's go ahead and go over the home page and the settings real quick. So up in the top right, we have the time, our Wi-Fi status, and the status of our remote control. Then up here towards the top, we have a bunch of featured apps. And then down in this section where we have Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video, all that stuff, these are all part of the My Apps section. So if we click on this My Apps tile, this lets us add more apps here. And down here, we have a list of apps that we can add to the home screen that are currently hidden. So you can take these and move them down there if you don't want to see them. You can also long press on each one of these to move the order around, and you just hit the back button to go out of here. So now we're back to this main screen here. All of these apps work as advertised. We'll go ahead and dip into YouTube real quick. Show you the load time and all that stuff. There you go, there's the load time. Pretty good, not too bad. So we'll go ahead and head back real quick. Yeah, we'll go ahead and exit YouTube, sweet. There's how fast it gets to, that's how long it takes, I should say, to get back to the home screen. So the WebOS interface here is pretty responsive. It's like on par with my LG G2, which is pretty awesome. Another cool feature here is we have open browser, so you have a browser built into this WebOS system here. We also have the ability to screencast, and if we go into here real quick, we have 3 different casting options available. Here, let me go ahead and show you a sample of that real quick. All right, so here we are screencasting. I'm using my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. It was super easy. I just used Smart View. You can go this way, or you can go horizontal, doesn't matter. It showed up in the device list, no problem. Gives you your audio, video, all wirelessly. Supports those 3 protocols we looked at, sweet. All right, we also have a resource manager here. So this is looking for USB disks, you know, USB drives, your thumb drives. And then we have this one here over to the far left. This is basically your app store, so you can head out here real quick. Let's go into here. I'm showing this in real time so you see how long it takes to load. So this is all the different apps and streaming content you have. And up top you have kind of it's broken down, I should say, by different genres. So like here's these start apps. These will go into your My Apps list so you can add them to your home screen. And then you have different genres here to pick through. You know, sports, movies, music, all that type of stuff. Just go through all these and pick all the different ones you want. Most of the main apps that you're after are available here. And do keep in mind, you have the ability to just hook up any like Chromecast dongle, anything like that, to get more apps if the app you're looking for isn't available here, because that'll plug right into it. And then down below it, it looks like it just shows some recent content that it recommends and that I looked at. So let's go up here to the settings section real quick. All right, we go into here and there is a lot here. So we have our network and internet settings. We have our Bluetooth settings. I've already been connected up to my S24 Ultra. It works fine. We have our input and HDMI. Quite a few settings here. Take a look at them on screen. We even have CEC control, so you can use another remote to control all your HDMI devices. That's pretty cool. We go back a screen. We can go to our picture quality. All kinds of stuff here. So we can do an auto keystone correction, a manual keystone correction. Remember how I talked about zooming in and out? I didn't know if that was an option. Well, it turns out it is. You can see that here. We're zooming out. You can zoom in, so that's pretty cool. You can pick your image size. A bunch of keystone correction settings here. If we go into this, look, there is a lot to choose from here. Autofocus, focus settings. You can tell it if you want it to focus when it first fires up. Oh, and in that keystone settings, you'll have the ability to have it auto adjust if you move the projector. We also have this projection mode, which lets you go from front ceiling to rear ceiling. So you can like shoot it straight up on your ceiling if you just want to lay down and look straight up at your wall. We have quite a few display options here. So this video mode, this takes us to that screen that we saw earlier, where we can fine tune the mode that we're in. You have quite a few different modes too, if we go through them. And they do make quite a big difference here, as you can see. I'll go back to standard. We have different sound modes to pick from. Remember, this does support Dolby Audio, 36 watt. There's quad speakers, 2 main, and then 2 satellites. So those mains are gonna be like your low end, your bass to lower mid-range. Your satellites are gonna be your upper mids to highs. So it covers a full spectrum, and you can pick from these different equalizer settings. We have a bunch of sound routing options. We can do auto, PCM, Dolby Digital Plus. So a lot of different options for customizing the routing of your sound. We have the auto volume feature. So like if you see ads and stuff come up, this will automatically like lower that volume to match the main content. You know, like this feature's on some TVs, so you got it on here as well. And then you can turn on and off keytones when we're doing this whole remote control stuff. Then you have your system info, which includes doing software updates over the air, and just your general settings. All in all, I like this menu system and this homepage quite a bit. It's pretty responsive, it's very fast as I'm going through it, and it covers most of the settings you would expect from a higher end projector. And in case I forgot to mention in the first part of the video, this does output a 4K signal up to a 300-inch screen. All right, let's go over the pros and cons real quick. I want to start with a couple cons that I have with this. First off is the cord that it comes with. It is extremely short. This is only like 3 feet long, so do plan on keeping an extension cord handy when you're using this. It's not going to reach too many wall outlets unless you're right up against the wall. My only other complaint is that for something that has a built-in Bluetooth speaker like this, technically it's 4 of them in there, you know, a larger unit like this that's designed to be like your multimedia experience, it'd be really nice if there was a handle on here. Some way to easily tout this around from room to room. You know, not really complaining, it's pretty small. I'm a small guy, look at my hands here. It's not a big unit or anything, but it would be really nice if there was a handle on this to just lug it around. So on to the pros. The pros for me is I think the display looks great. Yeah, the picture quality is fantastic, text is very legible. I also enjoy the audio quality out of this device. You don't expect that out of a projector, you know? It's normally just tackling the display duties. This one packs everything, so it's like a full-on multimedia device. The other thing I like as well is we have all of our streaming apps and stuff built into this device with WebOS. It's got a lot more going for it in the way of functionality compared to a regular projector. You know, the $500 price tag is a little steep, but then again, you do get a lot in this package. This is designed to go from like room to room, indoors and outdoors, and it just covers everything. You don't need any other audio or any other devices with you. You know, $499, yeah, it's a little pricey. You do get a lot for the price. Keep a lookout for sales on it. Check the codes down in the description. But all in all, it's a really nice projector. Thank you, Aurzen, for sending the Boom 3 out for review. Really do appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about this projector, please drop it down in the comment section below. Always appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.